Chapter 3. The Princess and... well, we shall see. When she came to the top of the stairs, she found herself in a little square place, with 3 doors, 2 opposite each other, one opposite the top of the stairs. She stood for a moment, without any idea in her little head of what to do next. But as she stood, she began to hear a curious humming sound. Could it be the rain? No, it was much more gentle, and even monotonous than the sound of the rain, which now she scarcely heard. The low, sweet humming sound went on, sometimes stopping for a little while, then beginning again. It was more like the hum of a very happy bee, which has found a rich well of honey in a glorious flower, than anything else she could think of at that moment. Where could it be coming from? She laid an ear to the first door to hearken if it was there, then to the other. Then she laid her ear against the third door. There could be no doubt that this was where it came from. It must be from something in that room. What could it be? She was rather afraid, but her curiosity was stronger than her fear. She opened the door very gently and peeped in. And what do you think she saw? A very old lady who sat spinning. Perhaps you will wonder how the princess could tell the old lady was an old lady, when I inform you that she was not only very beautiful, but that her skin was smooth. I will tell you more. Her hair was combed back from her forehead and her face, and hung loose down and all over her back. This is not very much like an old lady, is it? Ah, but it was white as snow, and although her face was smooth, her eyes looked so wise that you could not help seeing that she must be old. The princess, though she could not have told you why, knew she was very old indeed, quite 50, she said to herself. But she was rather older than that, as you will hear. While the princess stared bewildered, with her head just inside the door, the old lady lifted hers and said, in a sweet but old and rather shaky voice, which mingled pleasantly with the constant hum of her wheel, "Come in, my dear, come in. I am glad to see you." That the princess was a real princess you might see now quite plainly, for she didn't hang on the handle of the door and stare without moving, as I have known some who ought to have been princesses but were rather vulgar little girls do. She did as she was told, stepping inside the door at once, and shut it gently behind her. "Come to me, my dear," said the old lady. And again the princess did as she was told. She approached the old lady, rather slowly, I confess, but did not stop until she stood by her side, looking up into the face with her blue eyes and the 2 melted stars in them. "Why, what have you been doing with your eyes, child?" asked the old lady. "Crying." "Why, child?" "Because I couldn't find my way down again." "But you could find your way up." "Not at first, not for a long time." "But your face is streaked like the back of a zebra. Haven't you a handkerchief to wipe your eyes with?" "No." "Then why don't you come and let me wipe them for you?" "Please, I didn't know you were here. I will next time." "There's a good child," said the old lady. She then stopped her wheel and rose, and going out of the room she returned with a little silver basin and a soft white towel, with which she washed and wiped the bright little face. And the princess thought her hands were so smooth and so nice. Then she carried away the basin and the towel, and the little princess wondered to see how straight and tall she was, for although she was very old, she did not stoop a bit. She was dressed in black velvet, with thick, white, heavy-looking lace about it, and the hair on her back shone like silver. There was hardly any more furniture in the room than there might have been in that of the poorest old woman who made her bread by spinning. There was no carpet on the floor, no table anywhere, nothing but the spinning wheel and the chair beside it. When she came back, she sat down again, and without a word began her spinning once more, while Irene, who had never seen a spinning wheel, stood by her side and looked on. When the old lady had got her thread fairly going again, she said to the princess, but without looking at her, "Do you know my name, child?" "No, I don't know it," answered the princess. "My name is Irene." "That's my name," cried the princess. "I know that. I let you have mine. I haven't got yours, you've got mine." "How can that be?" the princess asked, bewildered. "I've always had my name." "Your papa, the king, asked me if I had any objections to you having it, and of course I haven't. I let you have it with pleasure." "It was very kind of you to give me your name, and such a pretty one," said the princess. "Oh, not so very kind," said the old lady. "A name is one of those things that one can give away and keep all at the same time. I have a good many such things. Wouldn't you like to know who I am, child?" "Yes, I should very much." "I am your great-great-grandmother," said the lady. "What's that?" "I'm your father's mother's father's mother." "Oh dear, I shall never understand that," said the princess. "I dare say not. I didn't expect you would, but that's no reason why I shouldn't say it." "Oh no," answered the princess. "I will explain it to you when you're a little bit older," said the lady, going on, "but you will be able to understand this much now. I came here to take care of you." "Is it long since you came? Was it yesterday? Or was it today when it was so wet I couldn't go out?" "I've been here ever since you came yourself." "What a long time," said the princess. "I don't remember it at all." "No, I suppose not." "But I never saw you before." "No, but you shall see me again." "Do you live in this room always?" "I don't sleep in it. I sleep on the opposite side of the landing, but I sit here most days." "I shouldn't like it. My nursery is much prettier. You must be a queen too if you're my great big grandmother." "Yes, I am a queen." "Where's your crown then?" "In my bedroom." "I should like to see it." "You shall see it some day, not today." "I wonder why my nursie never told me." "Nursie doesn't know. She never saw me." But somebody must know you're in the house." "No, nobody." "How do you get your dinner then?" "I keep poultry, of a sort." "Why do you keep them?" "Will I show you?" "Yes, and who makes the chicken into broth for you?" "Oh, I never kill any of my chickens." I don't understand." "What did you have for breakfast this morning?" asked the old lady. "Oh, I had bread and milk and an egg." "I dare say you eat their eggs." "Yes, that's it. I eat their eggs." "Is that what makes your hair so white?" "No, my dear. It's old age. I am very old." "I thought so. Are you 50? "Yes, and more than that." "Are you 100? "Yes, and more than that. I am too old for you to guess. Come, see my chickens." Again she stopped her spinning. She rose, took the princess by the hand and led her out of the room, and opened up the door opposite the stair. The princess expected to see a lot of hens and chickens, but instead of that she saw the blue sky first, and then the roofs of the house, with a multitude of the most lovely pigeons, almost white, but of all colours, walking around, making little bows to each other, and talking in a language she could not understand. She clapped her hands with delight, and they rose up in such a flapping of wings that she turned and was quite startled. "You frightened my poultry," said the old lady, smiling. "They frightened me," said the princess, smiling too. "But what very nice poultry! Are the eggs nice?" "Yes, very nice." "What a small egg spoon you must have. Wouldn't it be better to keep hens and to get bigger eggs?" "How should I feed them, though?" "I see," said the princess. "The pigeons can feed themselves. They've got wings." "Just so. If they couldn't fly, I couldn't eat their eggs." "But how do you get the eggs? Where are the nests?" The old lady took hold of a little loop of string on the wall at the side of the door and lifted the shutter, showing a great many pigeonholes with nests, some with young ones, some with eggs in them. The birds came in the other side, and she took out the eggs from this side. She closed it again quietly, lest the young ones should be frightened. "Oh, what a nice way!" cried the princess. "Will you give me an egg to eat? I am rather hungry." "I will some day, but now you must go back, or Nursey will be miserable about you. I dare say she is looking everywhere." "Except here," answered the princess. "Oh, how surprised she will be when I tell her about my great big grandmother." "Yes, she will be," said the old lady with a curious smile. "Mind you tell her about all of it exactly." "That I will. Please, will you take me back to her?" "I can't go all the way, but I will take you back to the top of the stairs, and then you must run down very fast, quickly to your own room." The princess laid her hand in that of the old lady's, who, looking this way and that, brought her to the top of the first stairs, and hence to the bottom of the second, and did not leave her till she was halfway down the third. Then she heard the cry of the nurse's pleasure at finding her. She turned and walked up the stairs very fast. I'm going to go back and do that bit again. Then she heard the cry of her halfway down the stairs. Then she heard the cry of her nurse's pleasure at finding her. She turned and walked up the stairs, very fast indeed for such a great grandmother, and sat down to her spinning with another strange smile on her face. About the spinning of hers, I shall tell you more another time. Guess what she was spinning?